morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. I am your host, Scott. Welcome to Saturday, everybody. If you're listening to it on a Wednesday, it's still Saturday. And I apologize for the squeaky chair. My chair is still broken. I'm going to try and not move, but since I'm anxiety and other stuff, but welcome to another amazing episode of Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. So it's Saturday. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And so this is going to be a shorter episode, but kind of a sequel to last week, but I'm going to be honest, and I want to be open, talk about the good stuff, the bad stuff. And there's a thing that I'm really, really grateful for. Even though I lost my medical and, other stuff, like I mentioned last week, I decided it'd be good to see a doctor and get things checked out. Because it's been a while, and it was needed. And so I was uncomfortable. Because I don't like dealing with new people. But a lot of stuff, they checked me out, but there was a thing that actually changed a lot of things of my views and my mood, especially my mood. So I talked, and a lot of things. Again, sorry about the squeaky chair. That's what happens when you have a broken chair. And very little furniture, because my chair's broken, my recliner's broken, my bed's broken. I'm broken. I'm broke. Broken. It happens. Okay. Humor makes me laugh. So we're going through all the questions and all my vitals. And I'm kind of anxiety filled and nervous, and so they're like, we need to wait. I'm like, okay. And now keep in mind, I've since last year, I've been wanting to lose weight. And I was, I'm going to be honest, I was over 500 pounds. And knowing that I wanted to be mid 440s for my trip in Seattle in July, and I get on the scale, and we have to do it a few times. Just making sure everything works. It was. I weighed in at 417 pounds. That changed my entire day. That changed my entire mood. I was practically in tears. When I got home, because being 417 pounds, I'm 18 pounds away from being 300 pounds, upper 300 pounds. But, that is something that I would love to be. And, chasing that dream. But I don't own a scale, can't afford a scale. But I know there's many options for me. But I decided to, take that as the most positive thing in the world, knowing that a year ago I was well over 500 pounds. Unhealthy. And I really took everything seriously in April of this year. Because I was doing a lot and I felt a lot good, especially during the holidays and the New Year. But in April, I took one of the biggest leaps, and I stopped eating pizzas. That was basically my entire meal of ordering pizzas. And so I kind of stopped in April, but then I had a cheat meal July 5th. And that was the last time. And it was one of those things where, I'm done. I deleted the app on my phone. And I took everything really, really seriously. And then after Seattle, I kept on being vigilant, but not as strict. Because to me, I was still thinking that I was, in the 440 range. But knowing that I'm 417, and then I'm still doing my best, and I'm eating as healthy as I possibly can afford to. Because eating healthy is really expensive. And one of my biggest things that I've been adding is a good hearty meals like chili. That is something that I've been very something that I've been really enjoying. Cooking chili, good rice, and watching how much I eat, what I eat, and I may have a few energy drinks here and there, but I'm not drinking as much soda as I used to. I cut that back a lot. But a lot of water, a lot of hot chocolate. But I'm like so proud of me. Like now, if you're a long-standing person, who listens. I like telling everybody chase your dreams and, put your mind to something, go for it. I believe in you. And I've told stories of those people in my life who want me to be proud of myself. Knowing that I'm 417 pounds, that made me the most proud of myself that I have been, honestly, in a long time. Because I live alone. Nobody's in my life. Nobody visits me. Nobody talks to me. So I'm with myself, alone, all day, every day of the week, all year, for multiple years. So, for a very long time. So knowing that in a year I have motivated myself to go from over 500 pounds, terrible eating habits, terrible sleeping habits, and now I did have a goal of, I can get to 300 pounds by, February. But that was a goal after goal after goal, which I'd like to have, but I wasn't too vigilant. But it kind of sparked me to aim for it. My perfect scenario, I know this may sound weird, but maybe by next November, I can be 375. It's not a large goal, but for me it is. It may take me that long to healthily get there. And so that's my goal. It's made me really happy. So much to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm 417 pounds. I'm not too far away from, 399. I'm close. And I have been very vocal. I've been very honest and upfront that I'm not a big fan of the winter. I'm not a big fan of the winter months. It is November. Next month is December. And depression is going to hit me like a rock. It's already been getting to that point. So, why not I try something different? Depression is going to hit me. I don't want to get out of bed. But, you know what? Yeah, it's going to be raining and cold and, but I want to motivate myself, get out of bed, walk a little bit, be a little bit more vigilant in being a little bit more active, and I'm okay with that. And the biggest thing for me is it really opened my eyes. Because there is hope. There is something that I can find that goes, I did that. You know, I'm my own motivator. I am somebody who does the best that I can. And it really opened my eyes, because before getting on the scale, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be 444 pounds, and and they're not gonna say anything, because any doctor that I've seen, any nurse that I've seen, they don't say anything about my weight. They just say, you're good. And they don't bring that, oh, you're obese, you should lose weight. And it was during the, fairly the middle of everything of weighing, because they kind of forgot while going through all the stuff. And so that really rejuvenated, because at first I'm like, is there something wrong? Because, at first I didn't, and that's why we did it a few times, just to make sure. And it's like, yeah, everything, it's like, see, it's working fine. And 417 pounds, which, I'm going to be honest, it's been a long time since I've been 417 pounds. And that being able to open up and share that information, it's hard. I've been very honest saying that I'm a very large person. I'm a very heavy set person. But officially knowing that I'm 417 pounds. And a year ago, it being over 500. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a thing. Being able to essentially flip the switch in my brain and go, you know what, let me better my life. Let me strive for better. And you can, and it's possible. It's absolutely possible for you or anybody to do better. So, I didn't know I was going to do this episode this week. I had a few other ideas that I was messing around with, but it's a victory for me. Like, I'm really, really trying to hold back my tears and my emotions, because it's, especially knowing that I'm trying to do something and not being able to, puppy dog it. And what I mean by puppy dog is, watching grass grow. Sometimes you don't actually see progress. I don't have a scale in my apartment. The only time that I really weigh myself is during doctor's visits, and some other. So I think when I did my eye, they weighed me, and I think there's been a few other times, or if I go to a few places that may have a scale. It's like, okay, I'll do this for whatever reason, but knowing the progress of losing well over 100 pounds is like, holy crap. Because I knew I lost roughly 40 pounds from October to April. I knew that much. But I just thought it was going to peter out because I was, but losing, and then knowing that in July I was roughly around 440, knowing that, in my guesstimate, I do believe it was somewhere around that. But knowing that I'm 417, that has really opened my eyes. Because, it's something that I can't see the difference. And I'm going to be honest, I look in the mirror, I see the same person that I saw a year ago. But obviously, I'm not the same person that I see. And it's really hard to see that kind of change. And like, it's really hard to put into words. And so I wrote something that I meant. Sometimes you don't see change. Sometimes you don't even feel it. But knowing that I have changed significantly, and the only change that I have seen, and stuff that I have been aware of, is my waist size. But I don't, in my mind, I don't say, oh, yeah, my waist size was, 56. It's now 46. I don't, to me, it's like, oh, okay, I just lost a little waist size. That's about it. I didn't know how significantly that is of. I do believe the pants that I used to wear was 58, and it's really hard to find really large pants, especially 50x32. And getting belts and getting clothes. In July, when I had jury duty and then trip to Seattle, and other things of that required a lot of planning and new clothes, and doing trips. And I mean, I looked, because I had to buy new underwear, and but I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think that I lost that much weight in a year. which I'm glad that that was a total surprise. And I don't really notice it. And I got new pants back in August, and they've been very comfortable. But at the same time, the belt that I have doesn't have. Normally, I like to count the holes, you know, where the belt goes in. But the belt that I have doesn't have holes. It's one of those there, and so there's some days where I get it as tight as possible. Maybe I'm not gonna be moving as much, so I want it tight. Or if I'm gonna be walking, I get it a little looser. I go with comfort. I like comfort. I like being comfortable and happy. And so knowing that I've done a lot, and I don't know if it's embarrassment or sadness or shame, but knowing that in a year my entire life has changed significantly and I didn't even see it, that that really does wake somebody up and go, oh, maybe getting to 300 pounds is achievable. I mean, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 36 years old, turning 37 next June. You know, I want to be around a long time. I want to be there, so I do. I want to continue losing weight. I want to continue eating healthier. It's really expensive, and now I have to be more mindful, and just continue doing what I've been doing without knowing that I've been doing it. And I being able to smile and say that, you know, yeah, I'm 417 pounds. I don't ever want to, you know, balloon and go where I was, because depression, sadness, and being sick. I think the big thing of when I got sick and I wasn't really doing much, it really took a toll on me. And knowing that I'm bouncing back and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to, I have plans to save up for a few things, because that is the most ideal thing for me. Because I did say previously, you know, I want to lose weight. And, you know, one of the reasons why I say that I want to be within 300 pounds of the upper 300 pounds, depending on what things happen, is, you know, I want to go to Japan. I'm a large person, and even flying from, Portland to Seattle. It was nice, and I almost reached my goal. I didn't get my goal exactly, but I did keep my eyes up, and I was within 15 pounds of my goal. 5 to 15 pounds of my goal. I just made it short. I was close to my goal, and I was very proud of that. But I knew I didn't want to lose that kind of weight that quickly, and go unhealthy, if that makes any sense. And I still needed the belt extender flying, but it was a lot more comfortable, and I'm glad that there. And so that's my goal, is to continue to lose weight, save money so I can go to Japan, and if I'm going to do it right. So I'm going to lose what I can, what my body will allow me to. I'm going to push myself, and smile more. Internally smiling, hopefully you understand that. But I know this entire episode is me talking about my weight, but I'm proud of myself. To me, it's a victory. And, I deserve good things to happen to me. I deserve good things. And knowing that I did everything naturally, walking more, drink a lot more water, no soda, drop the fatty foods, and sacrifice a lot, but I'm a lot more happier, and I have my good days and I have my bad days, but realizing that I'm 417 pounds, that I couldn't even imagine. And if you emailed me or you told me last year that I'm gonna be 417 pounds, I probably would have said, "Are you gonna chop off my leg?" I probably wouldn't have believed you. But that's the biggest thing for me. And I'm gonna continue going the way, but at the same time, I'm gonna continue keeping an eye on it more than I usually do, because if I'm out at a store, yeah, I'll weigh myself, or I know a few places, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it and find a good healthy medium and stick there. But I may not be, because it's going to be a lot, especially for me, to, lose those 18 pounds, for January, but if anything is possible. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna just continue being me and aiming and goals that I have in life. Lose weight, go to Japan, win the Powerball lottery jackpot. Goals, dreams, aspirations. Believe in yourself. I believe in myself. Find things to drive you, find motivation. And hopefully you may be struggling with your weight. You may not. You may know somebody. You may just want to listen to me while you're doing whatever you may be doing. I appreciate you, and thank you so much. And my squeaky chair, obviously. But I definitely feel a lot better. And, like I mentioned, I was expecting being 440. That's what I felt. That's what, in July, that's the last thing that I knew. And so I'm like, okay. But knowing from July to November, that's even better. Because I wasn't even trying. I was just doing what I've been doing. And I just thought that I just plateaued. But so chase your dreams. Believe in yourself. Smile more. And if you know anybody who's struggling, give them an attaboy, an attagirl. Tell them that you're proud of them. Because, I'm definitely proud of myself. And that's one of the few times that I'm genuinely proud of myself. Because it's not, the thing with me is, it's not driven by outside motivation. I'm not seeking going out and, running up 100 stairs. I'm living the best life that I can. I walk a little bit more. I try and get my heart rate up. I walk a lot more. I've walked the zoo a lot. But that's more recently. But eating a lot more healthier. And since July to, November, I really haven't done too much different. But I don't eat pizzas. I don't drink soda. I drink a lot more water, and I try really hard to not overeat. But one of the reasons why I thought, because I just thought, I am who I am. Excuse me. And just, just try to maintain where I was. But just the adrenaline of, Yeah, you're 417. Okay. That okay. That's 18 pounds from, being under 400 pounds. That's that's what I'm going to shoot for. And even if it takes me a year to get those 17 pounds, 18 pounds, I'm okay with that. Step by step, baby step, progress. And I'm, even if, I'm being realistic, even if next year I weigh 418, I'd be okay with. Because I maintained that weight, ebb and flows. So, but I don't want to go any higher than that, obviously. Been there, don't want to do that, because it makes me feel terrible. Probably also not good for me. But I'm sorry. I'm very proud of the hard work and dedication, and now I'm going to do my best. That's all I can ask. So whatever you're doing in life, whatever your goal is, maybe you are doing the best you can, and that's okay. So I love you all. I'm going to call it an episode. I'm talking into circles. Talking in circles. So I'm going to call it an episode. I don't know what the next week will bring. And I'm glad that I saw a doctor. And I'm going to try my best to continue the progress. And thank you so much for spending your Saturday or Wednesday or whenever you listen to this. I love you all. And no matter what you're doing in life, I'm proud of you. Until next week. I bid you all adieu.